counting down the minutes to the first pitch of today's game.
Yes!
Who's in the starting lineup?
Come on, son, you got to get out there and take the mound. It's game time.
What does the skipper have to say?
It's an attitude, you got to be willing to defend. You got to be willing to base run, or you can't play here.
It's the leadoff show powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook with Tommy Wortz on 1250 AM and 105.7 FM, The Fan.
Welcome into the leadoff show live from the 1250 AM, 105.7 FM, The Fan studios, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook. Tommy Wortz here with you, getting you caught up. All things Brewers, Phillies ahead of first pitch today at 3:10 from American Family Field. Freddie Peralta going up against Ranger Suarez. Brewers now 86-54 on the season. Philadelphia 80-59. The Brewers' magic number to clinch a berth in the postseason is 8. 8 right now with a combination of losses from the Giants and wins from the Crew. What's the lineup look like today?
Looking up, and it is gone.
It's almost time for the first pitch. Let's see who's in today's starting lineups. Brought to you by Lakeland University. Experience it your way. Visit lakeland.edu. It's the leadoff show powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook on 1250 AM and 105.7 FM, The Fan.
Thanks again to Lakeland University for being a part of the leadoff show. Experience it your way, lakeland.edu. First, the lineup for the visiting Phillies. Trey Turner at shortstop to lead things off. Kyle Schwarber, the DH, will bat second. Bryce Harper at first base will bat third. JT Realmuto cleaning up, catching today. Brandon Marsh in left field will bat fifth. Harrison Bader in center field will bat sixth. Max Kepler bats seventh today, plays right field. Alec Boehm at third base will bat eighth. Bryson Stott, the second baseman, rounds things out for Philadelphia. He will bat ninth. Now, for the Milwaukee Brewers, Jackson Chourio in left field leads it off today for Milwaukee. Isaac Collins in right field to bat second. William Contreras, the DH, will bat third. Andrew Vaughn at first base at number 4 today. Caleb Durbin will bat fifth and play third base. Danny Jansen, the catcher, will bat sixth. Andrew Monasterio, the second baseman, batting seventh. Blake Perkins in center field to bat eighth. Joey Ortiz rounds things out. He's the shortstop, batting ninth. Interesting lineup today. No Christian Yelich, of course. He left early before the game yesterday with some lower back tightness. I have some update there from that, as well as Bryce Terang just getting the day off today. But as far as Christian Yelich goes, was kind of a surprise it took this long. I mean, that sounds more negative than I wanted it to. Surprising that after the issues he had last year, that there was the lack of issues this year for our guy, Christian Yelich. The lower back tightness was an issue yesterday. The soreness from Adam McCalvey today with Pat Murphy. He had said that I think it's pretty common for someone who had back surgery that at some point, due to wear and tear, you're going to have that flare up again of stiffness and soreness and that type of thing. We've been assured that it's nothing more than that. That is the update to provide on Christian Yelich's injury. Sounds like it's not going to be too serious by any means. It is the leadoff show. Tommy Wortz here with you, getting you caught up for the next hour. All Brewers and Phillies. The game yesterday was awesome to watch for Milwaukee. How did it all go down? We'll go through it right now.
Did you miss the last game? Did you miss what was said after the last game? It's time to rewind. It's the leadoff show powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook on 1250 AM and 105.7 FM, The Fan.
Jose Quintana going up against Aaron Nola of Philadelphia, and the Brewers would strike first in this one in the first inning right away. They got after Aaron Nola. A leadoff walk to Bryce Terang and a hit by pitch for Jackson Chourio. A single from William Contreras. The first three men are on. The bases are loaded, and Sal Frelick at the plate.
Pitch, Frelick in the air, shallow center, falling fast. It's down, a base hit. Throw to third, and it goes off the dugout. Chourio racing to the plate. He is safe. A mad dash for Chourio. 2 runs are in.
Highlights courtesy FanDuel Sports Network. Very good hustle play from Jackson Churio after the ball got away from Alec Boehm at third base. Sal Frelick only gets credit for the 1 RBI, but 2 runs would come across. The next man up was a guy named Isaac Collins, and he would make the first 5 men come around thanks to this big fly.
That's a drive into right field. Back on it, Castellanos, and she's gone! Isaac Collins, a 3-run home run. What a start for the Brew Crew tonight. A 5 spot. Still nobody out in this first inning.
The first 5 men come across to score, and all 5 runs in the first inning on those first 5 batters there, thanks to the Isaac Collins homer. And they got after Aaron Nola early, which I said was going to be a big key in the game. And the lefties, I said, was going to play a huge part as well. OPS was over 900 for batters who are batting left-handed against Aaron Nola, and Isaac Collins, the switch hitter, showcasing his left-handed power. More lefty power in this game as well. Bryce Terang in the 4th inning, not one that went over the wall, but gets about as close to it as possible for the 6th run of the day.
Terang sends it deep to left. It is off the wall. Our scores. Terang is in with a double. He just keeps on hitting.
Keeps on going, Bryce Terang, 6-0 after 4, and Jose Quintana continuing his business. In the 5th, he did allow a run to come across, but as things got a little hairy, he was able to get out of it, only surrendering an RBI single to Trey Turner. He tried to go out there for the 7th inning, gave up an absolute moonshot to Weston Wilson. It says it only went 4 feet. I think that's wrong. He hit it out of the stadium on a bounce. I've seen homers like that in person. I remember when Marcelo Ozuna hit one that was pretty much, I think, in the exact same spot, and they called it 480. So I would love to check the StatCast on it, maybe trying to make him feel a little bit better. But Weston Wilson made it 3-6 in the 7th with that big homer, and no other runs come across. Uribe pitches a clean 8th, while Jared Koenig would hit Weston Wilson with a pitch. No walks and no runs come across in the 9th inning. 6-3, the final score. Jose Quintana's final line looks like this: 6 1/3, 7 hits, 3 earned runs, 6 strikeouts. He improves to 11-5 on the year. The loss to Aaron Nola, who goes 5 innings, 6 hits, 6 earned runs, 6 strikeouts, and Jared Koenig picking up his first save on the season.
Who was the MVP of the last game for the Crew? Who stood out the most? Let's find out. It's the Leadoff Show, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook on 1250 AM and 105.7 FM. The Fan.
Brewers secured the season series victory over Philadelphia, improved to 86-54 on the year. Was a 3-game home losing streak. That was the season high for the Brewers this year. They snapped that yesterday. The Brewers have now scored at least 4 runs in 8 of their last 9 games, 72-14 when they put up 4 runs in the game. Isaac Collins, though, 3-run homer in the 1st inning. That was just his 9th on the year. Feels like he has way more than that. They come up at such big moments. Isaac Collins spoke to the media after the game yesterday as well. Here is Isaac Collins, yesterday's MVP.
Yeah, really important. I mean, he has plenty of innings under his belt and has had a lot of success up here, so you know he's gonna execute well. So just, for him, it was, let him eat at the corners and just wait for mistakes over the plate. And I feel like we did that early, and, getting off to a big lead against a team like that is super important.
How have you been feeling lately, Isaac? You're deep into, a major league season for the first time and all the tests that brings. Where do you feel like you're at in your season?
I feel pretty good. I mean, it's September, so obviously a lot has happened, and it's been a lot of ups and downs. But just trying to take it one day at a time and obviously the finish line's close, but try not to worry too much about that.
Do you ever think about like the positive side of it? Here you are, September, pennant race, probably what you always thought about.
Yeah, I mean, this is a dream, honestly. Like to be, part of the number one team in baseball, and be a big contributor to that team, and it's amazing. We're obviously like in the thick of it right now, and trying not to worry too much about the noise. But you're right. Like at the end of the day, like there's a lot to be proud of so far. But again, there's so much more to accomplish.
What about just like confidence and experience, right? Like you've been in the middle of some really big moments this season. Is that stuff that you can draw on, down the road for hopefully, big situations and big series and all that?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's been a good year so far, and the confidence is definitely there, and I firmly believe that I am a big leaguer, and I mean, there's going to be some huge moments coming up here at the end of the year and playoffs, and it's just falling back on your preparation. That's really the biggest thing. So just continue to prepare like it's any other day, and stay process oriented.
Was that Bach?
There is Isaac Collins speaking to the media after the game. That audio courtesy Adam McCalvey on Twitter. It is the leadoff show. We're live from the 1250 AM, 105.7 FM The Fan Studios, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook. The Brewers now have won every series they have played this season against other division leaders and are 16-4 in those games. They just wrapped up, obviously, with Toronto over the past weekend. They're 2-1 against them. Detroit 2-1. Houston 2-1, Philadelphia now 4-1 on the season as well. That has to keep manager Pat Murphy pretty happy, you would think. And Pat Murphy speaking to the media after the game as well. Here is what the skipper had to say after the 6-3 victory over Philadelphia.
It's a good win. The full catastrophe is what we call it. You know what I mean? The Major League season will give you the full catastrophe, and we've had about everything you can. But that's what's beautiful about the people in the room. Those guys play hard, and it isn't even about their particular results. That you just go up there and they play hard. They're ready, and they want to play. And you look at a kid like Collins, who wasn't going to make our team in spring, right? And not only has he made the team, he's had a lot of big hits for us. Perkins, he didn't get any hits tonight, but he's as good a center fielder as they're out there. Bauer has been in the cooler, and gets a big hit for us, steals a base, scores a run. Siegler's never played third base before. I mean, he had 12 innings coming into this major league thing, and he's playing against one of the best teams in baseball, obviously. And those guys are built to win. Ortiz, what a year he's had defensively, and now he's swinging it. And you think about these guys, and picking up Quintana was a huge pickup. Our front office picked up a 30, whatever, how old he is, but that was a big time performance tonight. Limiting any free bases and just attacking, giving us 7 innings, or giving us 6+. And the pen is, decimated with injuries, and have Ashby come in and again be effective. Uribe and Koenig, it's big time.
Murph, it kind of happened after we talked today. To backtrack a little, what is the status with Yelich? Is it just precautionary? Or?
No, he's got lower back pain. Nothing that he's talked to the surgeon, whatever. It's kind of, he hasn't been out all year. He played all those games. He's really been super healthy for us and super critical, but it didn't respond well. It's come on a little bit. He felt it. Trying to think what game. Sliding in, taking the extra base on the single that turned into a double. Who was that against D-backs? In that game, he felt it a little bit, and then he wanted to keep playing because he loves the guys and he wants to represent every day and post every day. So they get in the habit of posting every day. And it was back then, and then he's kind of played through it. And then at the end, I said, give me a heads up, because I knew Churio could play, but to have him DH would be much better. Sure enough, The trainer came in and said, let's give Yelly a couple days, and hopefully we'll get him on the weekend.
Does this feel similar to him as previous flare-ups that he's had with the back?
He's had the surgery. So he had surgery last year. Were you here?
Yeah.
Okay. So he had surgery to kind of take care of all that, and it's fixed. But this is kind of the first back flare-up that he's had, and yeah.
Well, there is the manager, Pat Murphy, speaking to the media after the game. That audio courtesy FanDuel Sports Network. He was happy until you started asking about Christian Yelich, guys. So Yelich, it sounds like back for the weekend, going to take the day off today as well. No Bryce Terang in the lineup either. They have the season series clinched up against Philadelphia already. So the Brewers seemingly not too much to worry about against the Phillies today. Jose Quintana went more than 6 innings for the third time now this year. That quality start was his 8th on the season, ties him with Quinn Priester for the second most on the team behind Freddie Peralta, who has 12 on the season. Jackson Chourio extended his on-base streak with with the hit by pitch in the game to 26 games in the first inning. Jared Koenig, second save of his MLB career. The last one was last season against Cleveland. 7th different Brewer pitcher to record a save in 2025. And then, of course, come on, my guy Jake Bauers snapped out of an 0 for 20 stretch in a single with a single in the 4th. Got on base a couple of times in the game. It was a great double play that was turned in the game too, in which he stepped on the base, made the turn over to second. I'm just trying to advocate for Jake Bauers a little bit more. I know he's probably going to get DFA'd, and I don't know where he's going to go from there. But I will say this: if they were to bring up Rhys Hoskins to be healthy again on his rehab assignment that he's had with Nashville, I do believe you could send down Siegler, have Joey Ortiz kind of be the backup third baseman. Mona is your backup shortstop, and Jake Bauers can still be on the team. Plus, he has some outfield flexibility. I don't know. I think there's a way he makes the team later on in the season. I just don't really feel confident about it. I will say that. But hey, you gotta take your victories when you can as well. Pair of extra base hits for Bryce Terang. Terang's first game with multiple extra base hits since August 3rd, which seems ridiculous to say too, because he has been on an absolute tear as he was the NL Player of the Month in August. Coming up on the show, we're going to talk to Drew Wagner in about 20 minutes or so from Forbes Sports. He is down at American Family Field, but Austin Herdina of the Potawatomi Sportsbook will join us next. Get you some of the best bets, make a nice little parlay for the people on the other side. It is the leadoff show live from the 1250 AM 105.7 FM The Fan Studios, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook.
Looking up, and it is gone.
It's almost time for the first pitch. Let's see who's in today's starting lineups. Brought to you by Lakeland University. Experience it your way. Visit lakeland.edu. It's the leadoff show powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook on 1250 AM and 1057 FM, The Fan.
Welcome back to the leadoff show. Before we get to Austin Herdina of the Potawatomi Sportsbook, let me run down Milwaukee's lineup one more time in case you guys missed it. Jackson Churio in left field to lead things off. Isaac Collins in right field will bat second. William Contreras, the DH, will bat third. Andrew Vaughn at first base bats fourth today. Caleb Durbin at third base will bat fifth. Danny Jansen, the catcher, will bat sixth. Andrew Monasterio, the second baseman, bats seventh. And Blake Perkins in center field will bat eighth, while Joey Ortiz is the shortstop rounding things out and batting ninth.
At the wall, looking up. See you later.
Let's get the latest on today's odds for the game. What's the best way to go? Let's check in with our expert from the Potawatomi Sportsbook to find out. It's the leadoff show powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook on 1250 AM and 1057 FM, The Fan.
Joining the leadoff show now on the Fan Guest Hotline, powered by Gruber Law. He is the sportsbook manager over at the Potawatomi Sportsbook on each and every leadoff show. Austin Herdina now here. Austin, we just had you on Thunder Middays with Thunder, and I need some more bets from you now because the Brewers, the ones you tried to give me yesterday, weren't even valid when Christian Yelich was a late scratch at the end. Luckily, I had taken actions into my own hands, and I tried to bet Bryce Terang to hit a homer, which if one of those goes over, we hit plus 1,200. But, Austin, how are we doing today?
I'm good. Yeah, Bryce Terang, that's Mitch's favorite baseball player, it sounds like.
It is actually probably my fault. I have been the guy trying to tell everyone at the station how awesome Bryce Terang is. I kind of do this with a lot of guys, and I usually then get to take one victory lap by the end of the year because my other one was Jake Bowers, and that one didn't look so great right now. But Bryce Terang, Austin, I mean, he might be the best player on the team. He might be the best player on the team. No one expected this season out of Terang yet, Austin.
Gosh, he had a really good month last month.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he's been such a bright spot. He's a huge part of the reason why the Brewers have the record they have. Moving him to the top of the order where I think that's where he belongs. He's batted in the bottom part. I think early in the year he was batting in the bottom part, and he's up there in the top part. I think that's just been helping the offense get someone on base and let the guys in the 2, 3, 5 spots bring them in.
Yeah.
Where's he in the lineup today? I missed your call.
He's not in the lineup today. He's not in the lineup today. I know. But Monasterio, I mean, he's been great coming to pick things up whenever he's played too. So I got no complaints watching a little more Andrew Monasterio either. Austin Herdina, sportsbook manager over at the Potawatomi Sportsbook, joining us here today and looking at the betting odds, courtesy of the Potawatomi Sportsbook. Brewers, slight favorites today at minus 118, plus 1.5 on their run line will get you minus 225, and the over-under set at 8 today, Austin. What are you looking at from your most popular bets over at the Potawatomi Sportsbook to get a nice little parlay for the people going?
I'm taking the Brewers. We're going to finish out this series, get the win against the Phillies, build some confidence up for this team. We are going to, our confidence isn't lacking, don't get me wrong, but getting another series win against one of the top contenders in the National League is going to go a long way for us. And then Peralta, I don't know if you know this, but his last 2 starts against the Phillies, he's had at least 9 strikeouts in each of them. So his number today it's kind of in between 5.5 and 6.5. If you take the 6.5, you're getting some plus money. I'm going to be doing that. So we're taking Peralta over 6.5 strikeouts. And then lastly, William Contreras to get a hit. He is someone that I just feel like he's gotten it seems like he gets a lot of singles. Like that's all you need, right? For this over to get one hit bet. So he's just hitting the ball in play a lot, and give me Contreras to get a hit. And then, like I said, so to say that again, Brewers to win, Peralta over 6.5 strikeouts, and Contreras to get a hit.
Plus 325, courtesy of the Potawatomi Sportsbook on that parlay. Brewers money line, Peralta over 6.5 strikeouts, and William Contreras to record a hit. Go on down to the Potawatomi Sportsbook, place a nice little wager, maybe $5, because that's all you need to do to take their shuttles. You can win $16.25. You place a $5 wager on anything at the Sportsbook. Get some nice odds on the way back. Listen to Austin Herdina because he just throws out bangers all the time. You got a much better chance than those odds really say. Austin, you guys got the shuttle running in full force today?
We do, and I think we've already given out more bracelets today than we ever have any day prior. It's been really good. I think we're about 75 or 80 that we've handed out already. But don't let that be. Don't let that deter you at all, because we have 3 shuttle buses that are running nonstop from an hour before the game. And then they pick you up all the way up until an hour after the game. They'll bring you back.
I would like to hope that we're growing that, because I think it's still just a genius idea what you guys did, and we always try to mention it as much as possible on the show. And to hear that it's growing, that makes me happy, Austin. So I'm happy to help.
Absolutely, yeah, it's definitely growing. We're going to continue this, not just the rest of the season, but also the playoffs. And I don't see any reason why we wouldn't have it back next year.
Awesome. That's so great to hear. Austin Herdina joining us from the Potawatomi Sportsbook. What else is going on over at Potawatomi? Big weekend, big day today. The NFL is back, Mr. Herdina.
Yeah, I don't know if all you listeners out there heard the news, but yeah, NFL is back tonight. So yeah, you come in, you bet that Brewer game, you get a ride over, go to the game if you want. And then when you come back with that winning ticket, you can just put that right into an NFL bet tonight. That game starts, I think it's at 7:20 tonight, Cowboys and Eagles. That should be a pretty good one. And then we got another one tomorrow night between Kansas City and LA. And then, yeah, going into Sunday, you got Packers and Lions. It's going to be exciting.
Should be awesome.
So, yeah, if you're looking to come in at all, if you're thinking, hey, I want a great spot in the sports book, I want a great view of this giant screen that we have, go to potawatomi.com, click on reservations, and you'll see all the different choices you have for your seating options. And you're putting a deposit down towards your bill for your food and beverage for the day. And you have, all these different choices between just NFL. We got UFC pay-per-view a week from Saturday. It's just, there's a lot going on. Different, if you're coming in for college football, maybe you want to watch one, maybe you have your team that you want to watch.
Yeah.
We have that available as well.
Did you get more information on Charles Oliveira and his appearance over there, Austin?
I don't have anything more yet. Just
September 21st, right?
Yes. Yep.
Okay.
Sunday the 21st. That is the event here. Just that he'll be here. If I know more, I'll let you guys know.
Perfect. Any lean on tonight's game, Cowboys Eagles?
I'm leaning towards the over.
Okay.
And the reason being is that a lot of the NFL opening night games in years past have been high scoring games. I also feel like the Cowboys, their interior of their offensive line is not what it used to be, and the Eagles' defensive line is maybe the best.
Yeah.
I feel like the Cowboys are going to be forced to pass the ball a lot starting from the beginning, and if they fall behind, they're going to be passing the ball even more. So that's usually a recipe for higher points. The Eagles, I mean, their offense is very well rounded. The best running game in the league, and they can throw the ball pretty well too. So I just, altogether, give me the over. I think that we see a lot of points tonight.
All right, he likes the over in the Eagles-Cowboys tonight, plus the parlay for the people here on the leadoff show. Brewers money line, Freddie Peralta over 6.5 strikeouts, and William Contreras to record a hit. That'll pay plus 325, courtesy of the Potawatomi Sportsbook. Austin, have a great rest of your day. Have a good one. And, of course, go Brewers.
Go Brewers.
There he is, Austin Herdina over at the Potawatomi Sportsbook manager at the Potawatomi Sportsbook, joining us on the fan guest hotline powered by Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
The key to building a winner in baseball is a strong minor league system. Who are the names we should know? How did they play in their last game? Ironworkers Local 8 brings you Building a Winner. Building Milwaukee's future, one beam at a time. Apply now at iwl8.org.
Yes, time for another Building a Winner feature presented by Ironworkers Local 8. Thanks again to Ironworkers Local 8 for being a part of the leadoff show all season long. we are very close to wrapping up this segment. I don't know what I'm going to do for 5 to 10 minutes a show now, because the minor league season almost done. There will be some postseason action for some affiliates for the Milwaukee Brewers, but we got to start things off with Nashville.
Nashville Sounds.
Yes, Nashville yesterday taking on the Norfolk Tides, and that's when we saw a 4-0 victory for the Nashville Sounds. Daz Cameron, he had a hit in the ball game. Brandon Lockridge was 1 for 4 as well. Old friend Luis Urias, how about that? He is back with the club. If you missed that news last week, 3 for 4 in the game. Tyler Black went 2 for 5. Reynel Delgado had a couple of hits. Rhys Hoskins did pick up a sacrifice fly as he is still on his rehab assignment. He's eligible to come off on September 9th, and we did hear Pat Murphy basically say he'll probably stay there until September 9th, based on the embarrassment of riches he feels like he has on the team right now. Rhys Hoskins, they're in no rush to get him back for the Milwaukee Brewers. Let's move on over to Double-A.
Biloxi Shuckers.
Biloxi yesterday picks up the 5-2 win over the Pensacola Blue Wahoos. Luis Lara, 2 for 3 in the game. Brock Wilkin has come back now from injury. He went 2 for 2, had 3 walks in the contest. And Brett Witrowski was pitching. That was who I wanted to see a little bit out of. He's had a couple of starts in the minors once he got promoted that didn't really line up too well. 6 innings, 2 earned runs, 3 strikeouts in the game for Witrowski. A nice day from him. Mike Bovey, 1 for 5 in the game. How about also Matthew Wood? That's another name that's not necessarily a top 30 guy that I've been keeping an eye on because every time we look at Matthew Wood, he's batting .274 this year. He has a .791 OPS. He is a catcher, so he's kind of blocked out from Jefferson Cuero and obviously William Contreras' success so far. But he went 2 for 4 again yesterday. A nice day for Matthew Wood. Let's get to High A.
Wisconsin Timber Rattlers.
Yeah, the T-Rats game suspended right now. It was in the bottom of the 4th inning. Jesus Made had come around to score. Marco Dingus was 2 for 2 in the game. Josh Adamczewski had a hit. No hit for Fisher or for Adams in the game. And they were giving Luis Pena the day off with letting Adamczewski play because Pena's been struggling a little bit as well during this time. Let's get to Carolina.
Carolina Mudcats.
The Mudcats yesterday, they fell 4-3 over the Fredericksburg Nationals. Josiah Ragsdall 1 for 5. Braylon Payne picked up a couple of hits in the game, and Brady Abel as well was 1 for 4 in the contest. Eric Batanti, as he's coming back now, 2 for 4. Jose Anderson, best day so far, 4 for 5 in the minor leagues, but unfortunately the walk-off in the 10th inning for Fredericksburg led to the Mudcats' loss. They are in a big series right now with Fredericksburg for the second half. If they win this series, they have a chance to make the postseason. If they lose, they will not. They are currently in second place, though, with the loss yesterday. This Building a Winner feature presented by Iron Workers Local 8, building Milwaukee's future one beam at a time. Coming up, we're going to talk to Drew Wagner, Forbes Sports. He'll join the program on the other side. If you guys have been looking for Wisconsin Sports Daily, I am so rude that I think I just mentioning this now for the first time. They still have a show today, 3 to 5, a little bit shorter version, as I so rudely interrupt their 2:00 hour to talk a little Brewers baseball with you guys. Drew Wagner and I will wrap things up on the other side here. It is the leadoff show live from the 1250 AM, 105.7 FM The Fan Studios, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook.
Looking up, and it is gone.
It's almost time for the first pitch. Let's see who's in today's starting lineups. Brought to you by Lakeland University. Experience it your way. Visit lakeland.edu. It's the leadoff show powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook on 1250 AM and 1057 FM The Fan.
Welcome back to the leadoff show. Before we get over to Drew Wagner, Forbes Sports, let me run down Milwaukee's lineup here again for you one more time. Jackson Churio in left field to lead things off. Isaac Collins in right field will bat second. William Contreras, the DH, will bat third. Andrew Vaughn at first base bats fourth today. Caleb Durbin at third base to bat fifth. Danny Jansen, the catcher, will bat sixth. Andrew Monasterio, the second baseman, bats seventh today. Blake Perkins in center field will bat eighth. Rounding things out, Joey Ortiz, the shortstop, he will bat ninth.
What's the latest on the crew? Let's go inside the clubhouse with Drew Wagner of Forbes Sports on the leadoff show, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook on 1250 AM and 1057 FM The Fan. Inside the clubhouse is brought to you by Focus Baseball. Join their fall mini camps at focusbaseball.com.
Joining the show now, as he does each and every day, you can follow his work at Forbes Sports. Follow him on Twitter at @ByAndrewWagner on the Fan Guest Hotline, powered by Gruber Law. It is Drew Wagner joining us here. Drew, how would you rate the vibes at American Family Field today, my friend?
Couldn't tell you about the vibe, but I can tell you about the press box lunch today, which was absolutely spectacular.
Yeah, what did it? I saw the little banner on my phone. I didn't click on it. What did you guys have over there hooked up with it?
We had roast beef, roast turkey, mashed potatoes, corn on the cob, chicken and wild rice soup. Epic. Until I, of course, dropped my phone face down and just a heaping mountain of mashed potatoes. And let me tell you, that's a pain in the rear end to clean off your phone.
Yeah, nice. And you know what?
But it worked for Bob Euchre.
That seemed like a very good meal for like the weather, getting a little bit cooler out, give a little bit of like fall vibes to that meal. Like shout out to the press box.
Well, and they also, thought ahead, knowing that today's a stupid game time and they just served us a gut buster, take a nap on the couch lunch, put out free Red Bull for us today.
Oh, free. Yeah. Okay, nice. Yeah, free's always good
if
too.
It's free. It's for me.
Yeah, absolutely. Drew Wagner joining us here on the leadoff show. Drew, you got to talk to Pat Murphy earlier today. We were unfortunately just kind of out of time on when we were going to play any of Murphy earlier. We played him from postgame yesterday. What'd you guys talk about today? I know I saw some reports that Yelich is back. Seems like it's just a little bit like, hey, give him a break, give him a breather. And, of course, I know there was some Anthony Siegler talk, too.
Yeah, Yelich was the big thing today. It was, obviously there's a lot of questions, a lot of concern because he's Christian Yelich and the back has been an issue. But really, this is simply a combination of precaution and having a lot of depth where they can afford to give him a couple of days in a row.
Sure.
They're so loaded in the outfield right now. Along with Yelich, you've got Churio, you've got Frelick, you've got Collins, who's been great out there. You can give William a day off his feet by moving him into the DH spot and let Jansen go behind the plate. So you're giving him a bit of a blow. They're just in a spot where everything aligned and they thought, hey, you know what? It hasn't been a problem this year. And they've been fortunate in that regard. And they know they've been fortunate in that regard. He's exceeded expectations in terms of durability. They are planning on playing for the next 2 months. And it's almost literally to the date, 2 months.
Mm-hmm.
They want to make sure that his bat doesn't become a thing over those last 2 months. So you find a chance to give him a couple of days just to sit, just to take care of that thing, to give it some preventative maintenance. Great. Perfect. Now you've got him 100% for a very critical stretch run.
Yeah, and they're going to need Christian Yelich during that stretch, absolutely, with the power that he brings, the leadership he brings as well. Christian Yelich, do you think that we'll learn a little bit more about it tomorrow? You expect him to be in the lineup tomorrow? Like, is there going to be any short IL stint, do you think, before the postseason?
It's not going to be an IL stint. That's pretty much been ruled out.
Okay.
He's probably going to be back tomorrow or Saturday. And listen, quite frankly, I would not have been totally shocked if they said, you know what, we're just going to sit him through the weekend because, no knock on the Pirates, but you're not exactly going up against a bunch of world beaters there. Maybe you can, if depending on how they do Friday, if they give him an extra day, maybe you consider just sitting him through the weekend.
Sure.
Because you got to be pretty confident you could beat the Pirates without Christian Yelich.
Yeah.
That wouldn't have surprised me. And if they do it, it wouldn't surprise me. And if they do it, I don't think it's anything to worry about. I think it's just a matter of they realize that they are in a position where they can win games without having him in the lineup every day at this moment. So give him all the rest that you can, because there's not going to be many more opportunities for it.
Yeah, and Drew, they're also kind of in a position where they just got to be healthy in a month, right? I mean, it feels like everything kind of piling on here at the beginning of September and late August. Like, they got some guys banged up, and not to say that these September games aren't important or anything like that, because they're maybe the most important games, but they gave themselves that cushion from how hard they played from August, that first 2 weeks of August and even before then, right? And now it might be catching up with them a little bit, and it seems like everyone's in a little bit of a panic to make sure everyone's healthy on October 1st.
Yeah, that's the thing. When you're playing with a lot of adrenaline, you're not as tired, you're not aching as much. Like, those things feel a lot smaller. It's when you get out of that rush that, reality starts to set in. And yeah, I think you're right. I think it's exactly where they are right now. They're just in a bit of a pinch, and they have not won anything yet. You still got to clinch a spot. You still got to clinch the division. You still got to clinch the top seed. You got to still clinch the overall seed. Like, there is a lot to play for, but at the same time, to do the things that they want to do, they need everybody as close to full strength as you can be, 100 and whatever it is, 30 games, 40 games into a season.
Drew Wagner, Forbes Sports, joining us here on the Leadoff Show. Follow him on Twitter @ByAndrewWagner. Let's talk a little bit about today's game, Drew. Should we just bash Freddie Peralta for the next 10 minutes? Because then he turns out to be an ace every time we do that. It feels like whenever we start to give him flowers, it seems like there's a step backwards. Like, a tough Phillies lineup today. Freddie Peralta, he's got to find the strike zone, but he's also, a guy who can give up the homer pretty easily as well. It's a tough battle for him today, Mr. Wagner.
I mean, he's always going to give up homers. That's the thing. There's the way that he pitches. That's always the thing with high strikeout, high velo, heavy fastball pitchers, right? You're always going to give up home runs. The key is he can't walk a bunch of guys, ahead of those home runs. If he goes out there today and gives you 6 innings of 2, maybe 3-run ball, and it's like, 2 solo home runs and maybe a back-to-back double somewhere. Okay, that's not a bad day. His bad days come when he gets into trouble, gets into jam, starts walking guys, starts tap dancing around the zone and missing, and puts a bunch of dudes on to extend the inning, to run up a pitch count, to tire out and leave balls hanging.
Yeah, Drew. I mean, I don't know why, because Freddie Peralta, he might be second in NL Cy Young voting right now if it stood today, but it still feels like we're just always wanting a little more. He's probably in the middle of his best season right now, Drew. But again, like, why does it feel like we want more out of Freddie Peralta? Last start was phenomenal, right? And we did that whole thing where we wanted to see him go deep, and we almost saw that the Brewers need him to go deep. It feels like the rest of the season now, though, Drew, that all starting pitchers, that's going to be expected to go a little bit deeper into ball games, and it starts with Freddie Peralta.
Yeah, it really does. Listen, we've talked about this time and time again, Tommy. If you're going to be the ace, you got to be the ace. You have got to be the guy that's going to go out there and give you your best chance to win and your best chance to rest your bullpen, period. End of story. No discussion. Argue with a wall. Freddie is not that guy yet. I still think he has it in him. He's older. He's got a ton of experience, but he's still kind of young in terms of all that stuff. He can still do it. It's just a matter of trusting his stuff and not trying to dance and to be fancy and to be cute. Just go out there and throw your stuff. That's all it comes down to.
Drew Wagner joining us here on the Leadoff Show. Drew, I have a question for you. And it's not your job, but I want you to see if this makes sense from a roster standpoint. Jake Bowers make it past this month on this team, is it possible, first of all, and second of all, what about bringing up a Reese Hoskins and then a Siegler goes down? Is there an option for Joey Ortiz to be your backup third baseman? Mona's your backup shortstop. Does that make sense in your head, or it's wishful thinking?
I at this point, anything really makes sense.
Okay.
You know, I mean, we were very late getting Murph today because they were having a pretty lengthy meeting. And my guess is it was probably had to do with some pretty tough decisions because, you know, when we talked about Siegler, we talked about Hoskins today, it was, you know, how do you fit everybody? You know, how do you make everybody fit? Because whether you like the guy or not, every single guy on that roster, including Jake Bowers, including Anthony Siegler, have roles on this team. And they're trusted in those roles.
Sure.
You know, if you take one of those guys out, can the other guy fill that role and still do the role expected for him? Like it's a tough fit right now. And I'm sure they're going to try any number of things. I mean, we saw Isaac Collins taking some balls at third base the other day. You know, there's a lot of moving pieces to figure out between now and October.
Don't threaten us with a good time, Isaac Collins taking third base reps. All right. I don't need to get that optimism in my head of anything. And that one more real quick, Drew. Danny Jansen is like, what's the vibe with him, or what's the attitude around Danny Jansen now? Eric Haas, I didn't really necessarily think he was playing such a poor backup catcher, and I really don't want to grade Danny Jansen too hard either, but kind of feels like that's a piece that is it working? Like, is it helping William? Is it something that was kind of their trade deadline acquisition this year? And Danny Jansen, like, it feels like he's been quiet on the Brewers right now, and he gets the opportunity again today against the lefty, which they've tried to do, but it hasn't made any impact, it feels like, on a game.
Yeah, and you know, one of the things they liked about him is he had a really good slug in OPS against left-handed pitching, and they thought that would be, you know, a bit of a benefit, and it hasn't been there. The guy is good at putting the balls in the air.
Yeah,
you know, the air pull is great. We just haven't seen it. And they've been working with him defensively on improving his framing and receiving. But yeah, you're right. He's been very quiet since that deal.
Yeah, just wondering if it's like anything in the clubhouse is going better, at least, you know, maybe. I don't know. I'm not expecting a ton out of him because, you know, William plays every day. He's had a broken hand the whole year and still plays every day. It doesn't matter. And now he's playing at an elite level. So I'm not asking to see more from Danny Jansen necessarily. It's just been quiet. It's just been quiet, like we've said. Drew,
you got to credit William, Tommy.
You got to credit William. I mean, if you're not crediting William, you don't even know how to give credit, because if you pass your test today and you started college back up, you got to credit William. If your car tire got changed faster than you thought, you got to credit William. And of course, if you're listening,
drop your phone and mashed potatoes, you got to credit William.
You got to credit William, man. I mean, no one gets more credit than William. Drew, have a good rest of your day, my friend. We'll do it again tomorrow.
See you, brother.
There he is, Drew Wagner, jumping off the Fan Guest Hotline, powered by Gruber Law. One call, that's all. Man, you got to credit William. If he does not get the credit, then who deserves any credit at all?
How does the Crew win today's game? Who needs to step up? Let's find out with the keys to the game. It's the Leadoff Show, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook on 1250 AM and 105.7 FM, The Fan.
Keys to the game, how we always wrap things up here on the Leadoff Show. We are looking at 3 through 6 in the lineup. Contreras, Vaughn, Durbin, Jansen. Mona, I love you, but we're going to stop it there. That's the meat of the order. It's all righties today going up against the lefty Ranger Suarez. That's what you need to see some production against. It's Freddie versus Suarez right now. The righties have to step up big against the lefty on the mound. The Brewers have been very good against lefties this season. While Churio and Collins are great, I know they're going to do great things. 3 through 6, Contreras, Vaughn, Durbin, Jansen. That's what we're looking at for today's keys to the game. That's going to do it for us here at The Fan. Make sure you guys stay tuned because baby, we are local all the time now, okay? Wisconsin Sports Daily is coming up next with Steve Sparky Pfeiffer. They're gonna have a great show. 2 hours still, 3 to 5. Don't you worry. We will be back tomorrow morning as well, 8 a.m. all the way through the end of Wisconsin Sports Daily and the leadoff show, of course. Local programming, it's on the Fan now, baby, all the time. It doesn't matter. That's going to do it for us again here at the Fan. Make sure you guys are checking out everywhere you guys get your podcasts, all your favorite local shows here on the Fan. TheFanMilwaukee.com is great. And of course, the YouTube page, youtube.com/@. Make sure you use the @ symbol at the Fan Milwaukee for all your favorite shows and interviews. Live from the 1250 AM, 105.7 FM, the Fan Studios, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook. Oh, and don't forget, send them home.